What's up, guys? I'm Jake.
And I'm Tyler. Today we're starting a new series,
Spirits with Spirits.
We're going to be reading some creepy paranormal Reddit threads
while trying paranormal-inspired alcohols. So if you guys have any suggestions for different alcohols for us to try, please let us know in the comments. Alright, our very first alcohol for the Spirits with Spirits, Dirty Devil Vodka. It's got the devil in it, kind of ghost-like, kind of creepy-like, blended with hyper oxygenated water, so it's gotta be good.
and it's gluten-free. So we're going to take a shot and get into it.
Alright guys, let's start this night off. Oh, it's a little cork. I always appreciate a cork bottle.
ASMR. Alright, so we got Avatar The Last Airbender shot glasses. I'm Zuko.
We're about to get some powers. I'm about to earthbend like crazy.
I'm about to firebend this camera over here. Just heavy for mine, okay?
I didn't mean to. Hey, Dirty Devil Vodka, if you want to sponsor us, like, do your thing.
Yeah, reach out to us. We got an email.
Alright, Dirty Devil. It's going down. Ooh.
It's not bad.
That's not terrible. Despite my face. Trust me. Trust me, it's not as bad as I'm making it seem.
Yeah, it's actually quite smooth. I like it.
It's very smooth.
I mean, it's vodka.
It's
a plain
sweet.
vodka.
It definitely tastes a little sweet to me. Maybe it's that hyper oxygenated water.
Yeah, it has like a nice refreshing feel afterwards. Like it almost feels nice later on, like one time's passing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I liked it.
All right, let's make some drinks and let's freaking get talking.
Yeah.
Little vodka Red Bulls. Now that's good.
Immaculate.
So, in our inaugural episode of Spirits, was it with or and?
Spirits.
Spirits and Spirits? Spirits with Spirits?
Spirits with spirits.
Whatever it's called.
We're already drunk.
We're not. I've had like one meal all day, so this might really hit.
Me too. I've been eating since like noon.
Yeah, same.
And it's 10 o'clock.
10 p.m. So our first topic, our first Reddit thread that we're going to be diving into are creepy cemetery stories. Whether it's people that have worked at cemeteries or people that have gone to cemeteries, but there's always something a little creepy about where they bury people. So I guess let's just dive right into it, huh?
Yeah, it's a long story. Let's do it.
Alright, so this is on the Reddit thread Paranormal, and this is one about cemetery stories and experiences. So this is from Jaybird Take Flight. 6 years ago, actually, and they say, I've been drawn to the paranormal since an early age. There was a small cemetery in rural Illinois that I would go at night to take pictures from grade school to early college. It was fairly old, and there were graves from the 1800s, as well as from people from today. Not a lot of houses around, just farms and cornfields. Classic Illinois. It was a quiet night at the cemetery, taking pictures with my father and my younger brother. The early days of my excursions out there in the dead of night. This guy's a traveler, he's an explorer.
He's also a writer.
No strangeness or anything out of the ordinary occurred. Oh, then what am I reading this for? Oh, when we got home, we put my dad's SD card in the computer and discovered that he got a good picture of a ghost mist over a grave. It looks like a lit cigarette is underneath the lens. Not long afterwards, our dog started barking out the window next to the computer. He barked for about 20 minutes consistently. It wasn't odd for him to bark outside, but it was the timing of it that was weird. So we went outside and looked around, but there was no creatures or anything.
Followed them home.
I opened my eyes that night after going to bed to see my red digital clock say 3 a.m. on the dot.
That'll do it. That's the witching hour right there.
I sleep with no lights on, so my room is pitch black. And over the stillness of the night, I heard this faint sliding sound. It was very smooth, like soft wood on the carpet. My eyes were open, but my mind was mostly asleep, so I didn't really process the sound and went back to sleep. I woke up in the morning for school and looked at my desk in the corner of the room. The wooden chair had been pulled out from my desk and turned to face my bed perfectly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
My desk was right next to the door, and if the chair wasn't pushed in, then I wouldn't be able to get out, so I always left it pushed in when I wasn't using it. That's crazy.
I mean, something was watching him sleep.
Oh. And the sliding noise.
Yeah.
It was the chair. Oh, I just picked that up. Wow. I ended up having a few more strange things happen in my room over the course of about a year. There'd be occasional but very obvious feelings of a presence day and night. And one night I was wide awake in bed when it felt like someone sat on the end of it. We've had that happen at hotels a lot of the time, so I mean that would check out. I can definitely picture what's happening there. I made a bargain with this spirit not long after that if it must stay, it can have my room for half the day when I was gone, but it must leave me alone when I'm home, and I was never bothered again.
Right.
Wow.
Making deals with the devil.
That's crazy.
Devil vodka.
Devil vodka. That's a good story.
I like that.
That's creepy. If you were just chilling, you're not expecting much, you go to a cemetery, you come back, and all of a sudden you get a spirit with you.
That's why with our investigations before we leave, nobody can follow us. Like, you got to be strict with it. But when you're in a cemetery and you're with your family, you're not thinking about that. You're just taking pictures.
Yeah.
So you just have that attachment come to you.
That's crazy. That's bold.
Yeah.
That's a bold spirit right there. I guess it was respectful enough to where like
it bargained with it. So
and it was okay to be like, all right, yeah, I'll just stay here half the day.
Whatever works. It got him out of the cemetery and it got him into a nice, comfy abode.
Story number 2.
This Reddit user is deleted, so it's going to be an anonymous post.
But it was actually a ghost that wrote this.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and read this from the ghost perspective. I'm from a small town, and when we were younger, we'd go out on the back roads and drink.
Hell yeah.
One night, we had parked on the side of the road by a small cemetery and walked over to the bridge nearby. The bridge was only about 100 feet or so, as it only spanned over a small creek. The road dipped down to cross the bridge and then went back up on the other side. This was a few miles from a state highway, and a train track followed the highway. Since a car turning on the road towards us had to hop the tracks, we could see the headlights flash and knew in a while we'd have to get off the bridge. This only happened about once an hour or so. We had been out there for a while and we had already moved for one car. We saw another car jump the tracks and made a note that we'd have to move in a few minutes. You could hear the car as it approached. We went back to talking. I think someone was in the middle of the story or joke or something. Then someone said, "Hey, did that car turn?" We all looked towards the highway, realizing we never heard it and more than enough time had passed. This made no sense, and in our synchronized group confusion, we all did a 180. As soon as we focused on the other side of the bridge, we saw the red taillights of a car climbing the road upward from the bridge. We heard the car as soon as we saw it. After a moment of shock, we tried to talk it out. We all knew there was no road or anything between us and where we saw the taillights, but we asked each other anyways. We even looked closely when we left and made sure. Nothing but a tiny back road going over a bridge and then ditches. The next house or road was miles from the bridge. Doesn't make sense. We never figured out what happened. It's like we lost a few minutes of time.
Whoa.
The small cemetery was rumored to be creepy. Me and my girlfriend one night were in looking out at the tree line and saw red glowing eyes.
Ooh.
Now sure, you can shine a light in the woods and the eyes will reflect it. The animal freezes. But there was no light shining in the woods, no bright moon, no nothing.
And not red.
Yeah.
Like red is a crazy color to see.
Like you'll get like the glares and stuff, but never.
Yeah, but it's not red.
And those eyes sat there for a long time. We talked to each other about what we saw and never figured that out either. During the day, we went down to the trees and looked in the area thinking maybe it was a reflector shining weird or something like that, even though there was no light for it to reflect, but there was nothing in the woods. Interesting. So what they're basically saying is like it went through the tracks, but then they never had to move out of the way, and then somehow it got past them.
Oh.
That's kind of creepy.
That is creepy. So does this mean that ghosts can drive cars?
Maybe. Or maybe
it was a ghost car.
Yeah.
So this is a short one, but it's creepy. A friend of mine told me that they had luck going to a cemetery with a tape recorder and talking to the graves. Pause.
EVP right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like ghost hunt at cemeteries. And I feel like we've never wanted to.
No.
It almost feels disrespectful.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, it's not like you know these people.
Yeah.
It'd be different if like you're going to like your grandparents' grave or your parents or a sibling or whatnot, and going and talking to these people. Hi. And communicating with them beyond the grave, but going to random people, I feel like
it feels weird.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, let him know he's not allowed to do that.
I'm gonna pet you if you keep playing with that.
He eats the plant and he throws up in like 5 minutes. And he does it every time. Never learns. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like something that we'll never do unless it's like a very specific occasion where it doesn't get disrespectful. Back to the story. The idea is that you play the tape recorder back at a high volume, you can hear the responses, EVP. Unfortunately, the only thing they heard was a shrill scream in the background, starting midway through the recording and lasting until the end.
Oh, jeez.
That's crazy.
Especially listening back to that, that'd be like...
Yeah, if you're just talking, you don't hear anything else, and then all of a sudden you play it back and they're screaming.
Right. It's crazy how they can manipulate equipment to where we can't hear it with our naked ear, but then the equipment hears it like it was something right next to the device.
Insane. There's more to the story. So thinking this would be interesting, some friends and I got together and tried this ourselves. The recording scared us all so badly that we actually threw away the tape and recorder.
It's kind of like that Ouija board stuff.
Yeah.
It's just going to show back up.
Their friend asked the grave, "What is it like to be dead?" And the response was a painful, low howl. That's insane. Yeah, it's like, we could try that. And we could go to a cemetery and try it out, but like I said, it just feels a little disrespectful.
Yeah. Next one. I don't have anything left, so I'm gonna look at our empty glass. It's from Reddit user Haunted115 or 115, if you want to simplify it. I go around to local cemeteries and take photos of the gravestones and upload them to the Find a Grave site. That's a thing? That's like Feet Finder for grave sites?
It is. You can look up like a grave on there and it'll tell you exactly where that is.
Oh.
And like the dates and stuff on it. It's actually...
That's crazy.
Yeah. When I was in Kentucky, the people I was with, they have like a family cemetery that's like on a farm, and they use the Find My Grave site to find out like who's buried there, because the graves are all very...
You can't read it basically.
Yeah, it's all overgrown and stuff, and it's very hard to read. So yeah, it actually can be kind of helpful.
That's cool. I never knew that was a thing, so...
Most of the time, it's not something you need to...
Right.
It's not something you use.
It's something maybe like if you're like a historian, maybe that would be pretty beneficial. Let's see. So the first experience happened while a friend and I were taking photos. I knew that my ex's family had some members buried there, but I couldn't recall exactly where. As I was walking around, all of a sudden I got a powerful chill and had goosebumps all over. On an 80-degree Fahrenheit day, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but we're going to put it on the screen right here. I was showing my friend my arms with the goosebumps and hair standing up. I looked down and there was the family name I was looking for. I guess they decided to help me find them. At another cemetery, I was taking pictures of the stones. I got to one particular headstone and kneeled down. As I looked at the stone, I got what felt like an ice pick through the skull. Dang, that's painful.
That's kind of an intense feeling.
Yeah. Blinding pain for a few seconds and a headache that lasted the rest of the day. It was an infant stone.
Oh.
I still have the photo if anybody would like to see it and try to get a feeling from the picture.
No.
I've wondered since if the baby died from some sort of head trauma.
Jeez, that is dark.
Yeah,
that is deep.
That is...
They're like, hey guys, just letting you know, I took this photo and I had awful pain all day.
You should take a look at it.
You should take a look.
It's kind of like the dolls and stuff like that, like the haunted dolls, where you like look at it and then it affects you.
What's that one in Key West?
The one in Key West is Robert. So Robert the doll. We're gonna come visit you, but are we gonna look at his eyes or are we gonna respect him?
I'm not. You can't.
You know.
You said you'd do it.
I did say I would do that, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be in the future, though. It's so weird to think about like how powerful some of these spirits are, how they attach to objects and different things like that. Like, you could have a whole location that's super haunted, and you take one of these items out, and then it disappears.
Boom. I've gone to a few antique shops, like with like the EMF reader, just to see. When you go to certain dolls, it just goes crazy.
Yeah, and it's like not near any electronics.
We should do that. Let us know if we should go to an antique shop and get a haunted doll.
Or we can pick one up on eBay. I know sometimes they advertise that. That might be, maybe the UPS driver might not appreciate that.
Yeah, he like gets in a crash.
Oh, that would be bad.
That'd be very bad. My only thing is like, what do we do with it afterwards?
Burn it?
Is that bad?
I don't know. Because what do people do with used Ouija boards? Because I've heard stories of that in the past of how people try to destroy those and...
It gets worse or something.
Yeah, it just reappears or whatnot.
That's why I won't mess with the Ouija board.
Yeah, I don't think I will ever mess with one. That's why I'm like, is it the same thing with haunted dolls?
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know. Another story?
I think so. We got one more.
One more?
Side note, The pairing with the Red Bull is perfect. The vodka itself is pretty light, so it's not an overwhelming taste. It works perfectly. Like, I did a double shot of vodka,
Same.
and then I did a 16-ounce Red Bull, paired perfectly with double shot, and you didn't get that overwhelming taste of just vodka. So you guys should give it a try.
If you guys want the specs, this is a 750 milliliter bottle, 42% alcohol by volume percentage.
And make sure you drink responsibly as well. We encourage that. We are not encouraging underage drinking. Make sure you're 21.
Do it never.
Drive responsibly. Drink responsibly.
Don't drive.
Don't drive. Get a designated driver.
Distilled 5 times, filtered 3, gluten-free. DirtyDevilVodka.com.
So there's a website. So check out DirtyDevilVodka.com if you want to take a...
That feels like a major sponsor.
but it's not.
Trust. This is not.
We picked this up from Total Wine. Total Wine sponsor us.
Yeah, Total Wine. Hey, new sponsor alert, Total Wine.
Yep. This whole not eating anything is really gonna hurt.
I know.
I just feel lightheaded from it.
Alright, last Reddit cemetery story for our first episode of Spirits with Spirits, whatever it's called.
And if you guys like this series, make sure you send us suggestions down below.
Yeah.
See if you see any alcohols that you like that are paranormal related in shape or name. Send it to us. If you found some Reddit stories,
Yeah,
let us know.
absolutely. This is also from the paranormal thread. This is called Experience in a Cemetery from Minya.
Minya?
So the other night, my boyfriend, daughter, and I were walking in the cemetery. We're walking in the cemetery a few blocks from our house. We drove because we wanted maximum walking time with the toddler. I don't care. Skip. We entered through the main entrance, and after a few steps, I started feeling nauseous and worried. Didn't know why, just ignored it, as we all do. We wanted to check out the huge headstones towards the middle, so we headed that way. We noticed a car parked with its lights off, no front license plate, passenger and back doors wide open, and the man is halfway in the back seat. What's going on?
Yeah.
Already confused. He's parked on one side of the big headstones, which ended up being priests, monsignors, and such. We walked through and the guy noticed us. He closed the doors that were open, went around to the driver's side, got in the car, sat there and just watched us. So we veered away from him and went down a different path. Already creepy.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Why is he staring at you?
Like, why are all his doors open?
At a cemetery at night. Yeah, weird.
Is he cleaning out his car? Like,
Does he
hold
clean
on, let
out
me
the-
vacuum this real
Is he
quick.
cleaning out the dead bodies in there? Like, what's
Maybe.
going on?
Or he's dropping one off.
Or he's a dead body. My daughter all of a sudden says, "They're talking so loud." Oh no. That's crazy. Kids
They are so much more
aware.
perceptible. Is that a word? Is that? Perceptive.
Perceptive.
That's the word. Perceptive.
They be listening to the ghost for real.
They got a built-in EVP in their head.
She says, "They're talking so loud." And then I said, "Who?" And my daughter says, "The rocks. They're talking to me." My mouth drops open. We didn't tell her anything about the cemetery or the headstones. She has no idea what they are other than big rocks. She doesn't know she's in a cemetery. Yo, that's kind of crazy.
That is.
And you know it's real because it's a kid, dude.
Yeah, like kids don't lie. They'll mess you up.
They'll tell you exactly what's on their mind. We ended up leaving, and as soon as we drove away, my nausea eased up. I told my boyfriend about feeling sick, and he freaked out and explained EMF to me. Creepy. We went to the store and passed the cemetery on the way home again. His car was still there. He left after we pulled down our street we lived on. We've had one other paranormal experience with her. Later that night, she was talking about the rocks again and said they were watching us.
Oh no.
I said,
that kid has an attachment.
Yeah. I said, "What do they look like?" And she said, "Shadows." She said they look like this, and proceeds to make a worried expression. Oh jeez. She told me that they couldn't walk with us and had to stay by the rocks.
So is this kid going and like hanging out next to the cemetery now?
I hope not. Were the spirits warning us about that man? Or are there maybe some not so good spirits at that cemetery? Someone says in response to that, they say sometimes when there's a dark entity around, a feeling that you can get is feeling nauseous. Absolutely. They said they went back to that cemetery later, or on a different day, but they went during the daytime and they didn't have any weird feelings. I mean, dude, imagine having your kid be like, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to the rocks."
Yeah.
We're moving.
And they've got like a scared expression on their face. Mm-mm.
We're moving. We're out.
Like-
We're never going to that cemetery again. I don't know why they went back.
Why would they walk through the cemetery? That's the thing that I don't understand.
Wait a minute. Why are you walking through a cemetery at night?
Unless you have like family in it, but like
Didn't seem like they did.
well, yeah, they didn't say like, oh, we went to go visit our grandmother. We went to go visit my mom. It said me and my boyfriend were walking in the cemetery with my daughter. For what reason?
I don't know. I don't get it. I'm gonna take a casual walk with my daughter.
Yeah.
My toddler daughter, however.
Who doesn't know that they're gravestones yet at this point in her life? So that means she's young.
Yeah, dude.
Like-
She thinks they're rocks.
The,
And now they're talking to her. And now she can speak to the dead.
that child, you want to come do an investigation with us? He might be real receptive.
Yo, low key, should we bring a kid on our investigation? I'm just kidding. That sounds weird. All right. Episode 1, Spirits and Spirits. Spirits with Spirits.
Yeah,
I
Spirits
still
with
don't know what it's called.
And Red Bull.
And Red Bull. Episode 1 is done. We did not have a lot of this. We've had 3 shots each. And I will say again, we've had nothing to eat all day. And it's
Yep.
10 p.m.
So it's going to hit us.
The dirty devil did us dirty. What do you guys think about cemeteries? What do you guys think of these stories? Have you had an experience in a cemetery? Let us know in the comments below with all of your thoughts.
Yeah. Or if you want to talk about spirits, we've got the Dirty Devil Vodka. Let us know if you tried it.
Yeah.
And if you like it. I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Should we rate it?
Yeah, let's rate it. Let's give it a rating. I'm going to give it 7.6.
I'm gonna give it a 7.2 out of 10.
I take it.
That's gonna do it for this video, and until next time,
We'll see you in the next one.
peace out. Please be recording, please be recording, please be recording. Yes!